You empty your pockets on the kitchen counter on a Sunday night, counting what's left, and none of it adds up to anything you can actually name by Monday morning. So instead of another weekend like that one, you open a banking app, scroll past the complicated options, and land on a plain, ordinary index fund. You don't research it for 6 months. You don't wait for a better moment. You just press confirm, and the account opens showing exactly $100. Overnight, the market dips slightly, and by morning your $100 has become $99.70. You check it 3 times before you can fall asleep. At the office the next day, Derek glances at your screen and laughs. $99.70, he says. You could have bought lunch with that instead. You just put the phone away. 6 months pass the same quiet way. You feed the account $100 every month like watering something you're not sure is even alive. The balance settles at $578. Then one month, rent and a car repair eat everything at once, and the automatic transfer almost doesn't go through. Your thumb hovers over the screen longer than it ever has. You send it anyway, and the rest of the month gets a little tighter everywhere else. Nothing collapses. The bills still get paid, just differently than you expected. A week later, you check your grocery receipt out of habit, half expecting to feel the $100 missing. It isn't missing. You just bought slightly less of what you didn't need anyway. 12 months in, you've contributed $1,200. The account reads $1,312. It's not a number you brag about. It's a number you kept anyway. That same week, Derek finances a new watch and shows it off at your desk. You nod, tell him it looks good, and transfer your $100 before lunch like you always do. Somewhere in year 2, something shifts. Checking the account stops feeling like checking for bad news. You start opening it out of curiosity instead, watching for growth instead of watching for disaster. Then the market drops 14% over 11 weeks. Your account, sitting at $3,100, falls to $2,670. You feel it somewhere between your chest and your stomach. Your thumb hovers over the sell button for a long second. Then you close the app instead, and let the scheduled transfer go through anyway, buying more shares at the lower price. 8 months later, the market climbs back. The shares you bought during the drop are worth more than you paid for them. The account reads $3,900. You don't celebrate. You just keep going. By the end of year 3, you've put in $3,600. The balance reads $4,750. The gap between what you gave it and what it gave back is starting to widen. It starts to feel like someone else is quietly depositing money alongside you every month. That someone is time, and time never misses a contribution, never panics, and never sells at the bottom. You're 29 now, 5 years into the habit. You've contributed $6,000. The balance reads $8,200. You have more saved than most people around you. And it isn't because you earn more. That same month, Derek asks to borrow money again, between paychecks. You help him, quietly, and notice how far apart your 2 versions of $100 have grown without either of you saying it out loud. You don't feel superior about it. You feel something closer to lonely, moving in a direction most people around you aren't moving in. Slow enough that nobody notices, including you, until later. 10 years in, you've contributed $12,000. The account now reads $20,500. Last year alone, the market added roughly $1,700 without you lifting a finger in. A coworker recommends someone who handles money for a living. You sit across from Priya, your financial advisor, and slide your statement toward her. She looks at it longer than you expect. Nobody taught you this, you tell her. Just $100 a month. And 10 years of not stopping. She nods slowly, like she's heard the excuse for quitting far more often than this. 20 years in, you've contributed $24,000. The balance reads $76,000. The gap is now more than double everything you ever put in, and it keeps accelerating. When your manager pushes another unpaid weekend onto your desk, you say no for the first time. And mean it. The account isn't retirement money yet. It's simply the reason you can afford to say no. At 54, you've contributed $36,000 across 3 decades. The balance reads $227,000. The portfolio alone now generates close to $1,900 a month, without touching what you put in. When your sister calls about a medical bill she can't quite cover, you tell her not to worry. You transfer what she needs without touching your job, your plans, or your sleep that night. You're 64 now. 40 years of $100 a month. Total contributed, $48,000. The balance in front of you reads $637,000, and none of the difference was ever handed to you. Every month for 40 years felt too small to matter on its own. Every dip you didn't sell through, every ordinary Tuesday nobody congratulated you for, quietly stacked into the number sitting in front of you now. Tonight, the same as every month before it, the transfer window opens on your screen. You still press confirm, not because you need to anymore, but because it's simply who you've become. The habit was never really about the $100. It was about becoming, one unremarkable month at a time, the kind of person who simply never stopped sending it.